The battle had ended hours ago, but the stench of plasma discharge and burnt metal still hung heavy in the air. Across the rocky terrain of Outpost Delta, the bodies of both human and Vrax soldiers lay scattered like discarded toys. Most were already being collected by their respective medical teams. Most, but not all. Lieutenant Reed wiped sweat from his brow as he trudged through the battlefield, scanning for life signs with his medical tracker. The human medic had been at it for 6 hours straight, refusing to return to base until he checked every corner of the battlefield. His superior had ordered all human personnel to evacuate 30 minutes ago when intel suggested Vrax reinforcements were inbound. But Reed couldn't bring himself to leave, not when his tracker kept picking up a faint life signature beyond the eastern ridge. Just one more, he muttered to himself, adjusting the medical pack on his shoulders. Then I'll head back. As he crested the ridge, Reed spotted it. A Vrax soldier half buried under debris from a crashed scout ship. The alien's blue exoskeleton was cracked in multiple places, and the characteristic bioluminescent glow that typically radiated from its joints was flickering weakly. Reed approached cautiously. The Vrax were humanity's enemies, had been for the past 15 years of this godforsaken war, but Reed had taken an oath when he became a combat medic, an oath that made no distinction between friend and foe. "Hey," he called out, kneeling beside the fallen alien. "I'm a medic. I can help you." The Vrax's 4 eyes swiveled toward him, compound pupils dilating with fear. It tried to reach for what Reed assumed was a weapon, but the movement sent a spasm of pain through its body. "Easy," Reed said, raising his hands to show they were empty. "I'm just here to help. Your people left you behind. Mine did too, technically, since I was ordered to evacuate." The alien made a series of clicking sounds that Reed's translator interpreted as, "Why would you help me, human?" Reed shrugged as he began unpacking his medical supplies. "Because you're hurt, and I can do something about it. Now hold still while I check your vitals." The Vrax's name was Kra. Reed learned as he worked to stabilize the alien's condition. Kra was a scout, tasked with mapping human defenses before the main assault. The crashed ship had been hit by human anti-aircraft fire, and the rest of his squadron had retreated, leaving him for dead. "Standard protocol," Kra explained weakly as Reed applied a regenerative gel to the cracks in his exoskeleton. Vrax military doctrine values the mission above individual lives. They believed I was dead or soon would be. "Seems like a waste of good soldiers," Reed commented, setting up a portable shield generator to protect them from the elements. According to his scanner, a dust storm was approaching. "Humans don't leave our people behind if we can help it." "Yet you were ordered to evacuate," Krapp pointed out. Reed smiled grimly. "I have a habit of following the spirit of orders rather than the letter." The dust storm hit with surprising ferocity. Reed had to secure the medical tent twice before he was confident it wouldn't blow away. Inside, he continued working on Kra's injuries, using techniques he'd adapted from human medicine to suit Vrax physiology. It wasn't perfect. The Vrax were notoriously secretive about their biology, but it was better than nothing. "Our reinforcements will arrive soon," Kra said after a few hours of treatment. "They will kill you if they find you here." Reed nodded, checking the alien's vital signs again. They were stronger now, but not strong enough for Kra to move independently. "Then we'd better get you mobile before they arrive. I've got a rover parked about 1 kilometer from here. You would take me with you." Kra's bioluminescence pulsed with what Reed had come to recognize as surprise. "To a human base." "I can drop you at a neutral location if you prefer," Reed offered. "But our medical facilities are better equipped to handle your injuries than a field patch job." Vrax was silent for a long moment. "In 15 years of war, I have never heard of such an offer being made." "Maybe that's the problem," Reed replied, packing up his supplies. "Too much fighting, not enough helping." Getting Kra to the rover wasn't easy. The alien was heavier than he looked, and the dust storm limited visibility to mere meters. Reed had to half-carry, half-drag Kra across the rocky terrain, stopping frequently to check their direction and to let the injured alien rest. "Why do this?" Kra asked during one such rest. "Your people will not thank you for bringing back an enemy." Reed wiped dust from his goggles. "Maybe not, but I didn't become a medic to be thanked. I did it to save lives, all lives. They reached the rover just as Reed's comm unit crackled to life with an urgent message. Vrak's ships had been detected entering orbit. Evacuation was no longer optional, it was critical. "Let's get you inside," Reed said, helping Kra into the passenger compartment. As Reed started the rover's engine, Kra's translator relayed one final question. "Will this change anything, human? This one act of mercy in a sea of bloodshed?" Reed looked at the alien, considering the question as he plotted a course for the neutral territory of the Gamma settlements. "I don't know, but maybe it changes something for you and me. And maybe that's enough for now." The rover sped across the dusty plain, carrying its unlikely passengers away from the battlefield. Behind them, Vrak's ships began to descend from the darkening sky, their engines casting red light across the landscape. Reed knew there would be consequences for his actions. He would face questions, possibly disciplinary measures. His career might even be at risk, but as he glanced at the injured alien beside him, an enemy by circumstance, not by choice, he couldn't bring himself to regret his decision. In a war defined by who you killed, sometimes the most revolutionary act was choosing who you saved.